Hi, Geminis. How are my besties doing? I love you guys. I just want to say that right now. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. It's exciting when the sun comes back to your sign. It's always such a refresh, restart, reset button. And I think for you guys this month in June, it's really going to feel that way. Like, I know that May was hard. It was just one of those steep learning curve months where it was like, if I make it through this, I can do anything. I have that feeling for you guys. That May was just, it was like pushing all those buttons that you're like, do I have to push this button? Does this button have to get pushed another time? Like, one more time? Really? Does it? All right, let's do it. Like, fine. But I have a note for you guys. This is what I was picking up for June. And that is that you are going to feel a return to yourself and a return to your energy that is going to feel like you are done with old loops. I have this sense that a lot of you over the last few years have kind of been in a loop. You know, you've had a pattern that you've been kind of trying to understand. You've been trying to understand it. You've been trying to analyze it and come up with a solution and come up with with an answer to why you're in this loop and why it feels like you're stuck and you haven't been quite able to put your finger on it, but like May was like really key in figuring out exactly what that is and then being like, okay, I'm ready to let that go. I'm ready to let it go. And so for me in June, what I'm seeing so far, we'll see what the cards have bring us coming out, but is that you're going to really feel like you have made it out of that loop. Whatever that loop is, you're ready. You know, you're done analyzing it. You're done putting yourself through the mental ringer there with that. And you're just ready to leave it behind. It's like a breath of fresh air for you. And that's really what I'm picking up. So, let's see. And already 10 of Cups came out. Wow, you guys. I think for you, I think a lot of you have denied yourself this happy picture. You know, you felt like you wanted to make it harder than it needs to be. You've said like, I don't think things should be easy. I don't think things should look like this. There has to be more steps to it. Because you're so analytical and you're so quick thinking and you're so quick on your feet when it comes to your mental energy that I think a lot of you add like 10 extra steps to this. And I think a lot of you are going to find in June that you realize, oh yeah, like I could just have that. I could just have that. I could just live this life. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh wow. Yep. There's those extra steps that you're used to putting in. You're used to thinking about what's lacking. I love you guys. You're used to thinking about what's lacking, what's missing, what's wrong with the situation, how it's feeling uncomfortable, even though there's all these opportunities right here. And you're used to feeling like you have to think about what people are doing, if they're being honest, if they're being consistent, if they're actually showing up, what are they actually doing? You're used to not trusting the process. You're used to fighting it. And you're used to making it feel like a struggle. Because, you know, our society teaches us that good things only come from struggle. They don't come from enjoying life. They don't come from relaxing and taking in the beauty around us. They don't come from enjoying every step of the process. They come from analyzing it. They come from finding problems and finding solutions. They come from really thinking about it. And you guys are masters at that. I love you to death. You're so fun. You're so fun. And that's the thing, like getting stuck in this hasn't, you know, it takes away some of your joie de vivre. But here's where your head is going to start to be in June. You know? Like, I think a lot of you are realizing that you don't have to add in all these steps because you've been doing it and you've been doing all the communicating and you've been doing all the thinking and you've been doing, and it's like, there's a point at which you're just like, I'm really tired of this. Like, it's fine. Two of Swords. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine doing that old process. It's fine going around and around and thinking about it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being here. I think some of you, all that conversation stuff you were having in May, where you had to really talk and do heavy things and figure out where your happiness was, a little bit of that might be pouring over into June for you. For some of you, those conversations you were having are going to be probably extending a little bit into June. And that's key for you though, because once again, it's like you're almost like waking up from a dream world of this old loop you've been in for a long time, and you're just ready. Wow, you guys. This came up for Gemini too, Virgo too. You both are ruled by Mercury, and I think it's going direct, and you're having to kind of face up to this poverty mental cycle that you've been in. It's like you just don't want to make things easy on yourself. You want to go here. You think you have to go here in order to have this. And I know I keep saying that, but it's so funny. It's like you're blocking yourselves a little bit. I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out why. I think it has to do with, specific interpersonal relationships. And I also think for some of you with careers, I think some of you with your careers this month, that's going to be another big element. Some of you are feeling like you don't deserve to have the career that really suits you. You don't deserve to have the situation that really suits you. And that's not the case at all. Like, that's why it's so funny that the Four of Cups came up. Because you know what, the Four of Cups, it's like, here, you're getting offered a solution. You're allowed to take this. But you're sitting here looking at all the empty cups and all the ways that it hasn't worked out. And it's distracting you from the fact that it's right there. It's right in front of you. So your big theme this month is really to pay attention to all the things that are around you, because there's something that wants to get in and bring balance and bring order and bring positivity. There's something that wants to come in here, and it's waiting for you. It's waiting for you to come there and be in that headspace where you allow it in. Man, you guys are sketching yourselves out. I don't know. I think that may really kind of it ruffled your feathers a little bit, I think. And you have had to really look at what works for you and what doesn't. Wow, 9 of Cups. You guys see? I do think you're going to have a refresh this month. And in general, like I've been saying, this is a month of truth-telling. And it's your birthday month, and the sun is in your sign, and there's going to be a boost in energy. So I think a lot of you are going to find that you kind of, you go from being in this poorer, blind energy where you feel like, I can't have these things, it can't be that easy, into this, I'm done with that loop. I am done with that loop. I'm not doing it anymore. You've recognized a pattern. The last few months, your work has been to recognize a pattern that you've had to kind of live by, recognize it, and let it go. And here's what it looks like on the other side of that loop. Here's the thing, you guys. I think you want to think that just because you've been in the loop for a while, that somehow is putting marks against you. Like, just because you've been in those loops, all right, so that means that, now you have been marked down to a C grade because you were in those loops. It doesn't work like that. As soon as you decide that you're done with any pattern that's been holding you back, as soon as you decide that, that's cool. Go for it. Live your life. You don't have to, there's nobody who's going to take you to detention for having been there. You can just go forward. You're allowed to do that. I'm giving you permission. And it's time. It's time, you guys. It is really time to shut off the processors a little bit and enjoy the balance and harmony that can come from just embracing this beautiful energy. Just embracing it in yourself. I actually see you Geminis this month finding a lot of fulfillment. This is emotional fulfillment. And this is monetary and material balance. A sense of balance, a sense of emotional fulfillment, a sense of knowing where you are and what you want to do. I feel like there's been this tension in your throat and in your chest. And it has felt really hard to breathe for you for a few months. Like, you have just been holding on with everything you have to keep it together. And because you want to do it right, and you've been thinking through it, and you want to understand it. And then you want to have a solution, and then you want to act on that, and you want to have it make sense. And it's made you feel really tense, and there's almost this release of that tension somehow. There's going to be a specific moment, and for each of you it might be different, but there's this release of tension I'm feeling where you take a breath, Ten of Wands, you guys. This is so funny. This is so funny because you guys are fighting. You keep fighting this process right here. You keep fighting this beautiful energy right here. You keep wanting to make it harder than it needs to be. I was just talking about you releasing that tension. You know, if you feel that need to just release and let go, just do it. You don't have to do it this way. I think a lot of you too, this is speaking to me too, of this is a really individual journey. This is really about your relationship with yourself and all the pressure you put on yourselves. You put so much pressure on yourselves to be amazing and perfect in a way. You put so much pressure on yourselves. And it honestly just gets in the way. You know, we're all flawed. We all have our struggles. We all have our life lessons that take longer or shorter amount of time to learn. Everybody does. And it's so funny because you guys are just adding in like 10 extra steps to this beautiful energy that wants to come in. Here's your birthday. Hey, you're supposed to be having fun and feeling that childish playfulness. And I think a lot of you have felt like you haven't been able to be here for the last couple of years because you've been in this loop, because you've been here, because you've, whoa, that flew out of my hand, because you've been here, because you've been here, because you've been here, because you've been here. And you felt like you've had to be here because you had to figure something out. And you did. You did have to figure something out. That's actually true. You had some really big lessons to figure out in the last couple of years. And that's valuable. It is actually valuable. I'm not just saying, oh, you guys are just making it so much harder. Yeah, it's sometimes lessons just take some time to learn. But there's this sense of, you know, it's okay to go back. You know, you haven't lost your innocence. You haven't lost who you were a few years ago, like that fun, playful side of yourself that was maybe out a little bit more a few years ago. It's still there. It still exists. And you can have it back anytime you want. And it's going to want to come out. Because like I said, there's this promise of emotional fulfillment and material balance. There's a promise here of some really good things coming in. I will say one thing. This month is going to be busy for you. And I say that because of this. This is busy energy. This is having a lot of projects in the fire. Some of you might be applying for a lot of things, or you might just have a really busy June at your job. You might have a lot of irons in the fire, so that's something to keep in mind. And if that's the case, I'm trying to think of the best way forward for you with having all that busyness. Rest when you can. Have fun when you can. Try to have just some fun. Just try and have some fun. You know, don't put pressure on yourself to do everything perfectly all the time. Because if you're that busy, you're not going to do it perfectly. You're just going to have to do it. Ah, the Hermit came out. There you go. That's balance right there. That actually mirrors the Six of Pentacles. The Hermit is the 6th house. It's the Virgo card. You know, I like these two together. And I'm using my Cosmic Tarot for this clarifier, by the way. I like these two together. Here's your fun, childish, playful side. I want that for you, and I think it's coming, and I think you are going to feel a lot lighter hearted. Here's self-care. Just doing the basics. Doing the basics. Balancing your checkbook and taking a hot bath. It's not glamorous, but hell yeah. That's how you get this childish, fun energy. That's how you deal with having 10 irons in the fire. That's how you deal with having all these questions that you still don't maybe have all the answers to, but you're starting to figure out that you don't have to be in this old pattern anymore. You don't have to be. In fact, bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. There's something new fomenting under the surface for you. And this month is the beginning of that. May was about speaking your truth and having some hard conversations. June is about kind of thinking about what that meant for you. What that meant for all your old cycles. What that meant for who you want to become and where you want to go with things. And that is beginning this new process here. How pretty is that, you guys? That is amazing. That is such good energy. And it's just the beginning. It's kind of like there's a new doorway in front of you going into the second half of this year. And that new doorway, it's like June is like you just turning the knob. You know, you're not quite ready to like push it open and walk into this new horizon, but you're turning that knob. And in doing that, you're letting go of a lot of stuff. It's kind of an epic process, you guys. This is not for beginners. And turning that knob is kind of, you know, you're taking a chance on a new horizon. And I have to say, it's going to work out for you. It's going to be a positive experience. The things that are coming up next for you are going to look and feel so different from anything that you've had in the past, because they're going to be unfamiliar, and it's going to be new territory, and it's going to be fulfilling in a different way than you've probably experienced before. So it'll be alien, but that's where fulfillment comes from. It's from the new experiences. So with that being said, relax as much as you can. Really, things are good. Things are really good. They are about to go off. You are just kind of healing up and recollecting your energy after that intensity that was haunting you at the beginning of this year. Now, I'm working with Pink Moon 422 still. I love her to death. Tiffany, she makes amazing jewelry. This is pink jasper. I love it, love it, love it. I wear it every day. She made it for me. She works with beautiful metals and stones, handmade, amazing. She's giving you guys a discount code, so I'm going to leave that below. The discount code is Sarah Tarot. I'm going to leave that with her link so you know how to use it and what to do when you check out. It's 15% off. She's amazing. Check her out. Seriously. I'm also going to leave my website and my email below. Please get in touch with me with questions, or if you'd like to work one-on-one, I would love to hang with my Gemini friends. Have a beautiful June, you guys. I really do love you. You are some of my dearest friends in the world. You are very close to me, and I really want you guys to just enjoy life and be having fun again. Yeah, it's time. It's time to have some fun, I think. So I love you so much. I will see you in July. Have a beautiful birthday. And don't get too in your head about anything. All right. Love ya.